I'm Maddison Hill.
And I'm Devin Howard, and I'm so excited to be back on the morning tea. It's been a minute.
It has been a minute since you guys have seen the Vegan Queen, but she is here. Get excited. If you're new to the Tea Tribe and you haven't seen the Vegan Queen before, this is Devin. She is mine and Courtney's great friend. She's been part of the Hollyscoop team, and she is back.
I'm back.
To chat with us while Courtney is in Orlando. He is living it up. He has been at Playlist Live. I saw his Instagram stories over the weekend. I saw fireworks. I saw so much fun, and I know when he gets back, he'll fill us in on everything. But in the meantime, you guys, Devin is going to be here. We are so pumped.
Yay.
Giving us all the vegan fun and just regular fun as well. We have so much to get into today, you guys. We're, of course, going to talk about this Katy Perry, Taylor Swift situation. We have Justin news. It was his birthday over the weekend. He just turned 26.
You know what? It's funny because I knew how old he was. Mm-hmm. I've known how old he was, but he seems so much younger than 26.
Right? I was like, wait, that means that I'm a year older than Justin Bieber, and I feel slightly depressed about it. But whatever, it's fine. It's fine. We're going to talk about his birthday celebrations, and then we're also going to talk about Haley and her appearance on The Tonight Show. She let Jimmy Fallon know that he actually is kind of the reason why her and Justin reconnected and what exactly made them reconnect. We also, yes, are going to talk about the fact that Patty, Justin's mom, liked an old Selena Gomez tweet from 2010.
Very interesting.
I was so confused about that. I got some DMs, I got some messages, and at first I thought maybe it was a mistake, but then I went to Patty's Twitter myself and saw that it was real, it was true, and I was like, what the hell is happening?
I know, it's a little bit sus. I love using that word, by the way.
Like, sus. Okay, suspicious. I love it. I love it. You guys, we also are going to talk about Love is Blind. We have a little update in regards to that before the reunion that airs later this week, which I cannot wait for. Also, PSA, there is an Instagram filter that lets you know which Love is Blind character you are. I got Amber, but we can discuss that later. We're also talking about Jessica Biel. We're talking about Hilary Duff. She is pleading with Disney Plus to let the Lizzie Mcguire reboot go. We're also talking about James Charles. He had a scary situation in Orlando at Playlist Live. Megan Thee Stallion, you guys, we've got to discuss everything that's happening with her and her contract. It doesn't sound like we're going to get any new Megan Thee Stallion music, damn it, unless her record label can get it together. We're also talking about Drake, his new music, and how it alluded to his relationship with Millie Bobby Brown and Billie Eilish.
Yep, I know.
That's a good one.
That was a big one.
Because a lot of people have been questioning Drake for a long time, so the fact that he finally kind of approached the subject matter for the first time is very interesting.
Yes.
And like I said, then we got all the Justin, Haley news, you guys. Then we also have a very full college dinner tea time. We're talking about Kendall. We're talking about Blac Chyna. We're talking about Kylie. We're talking about Kylie and Travis. And just so you all know, Young Sweet Row is coming back into play today. AKA Travis's alleged side chick, who I thought was totally out of the picture, but now it looks like she might be back in.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, some shady Instagram activity, you guys. So let's see what's going on in the chat. We have Alicia. It is Alicia's birthday, so happy birthday. Everyone is saying hello.
We have 901 Erica asking about Kylie's rat tail.
Yes, I did see those Instagram pictures. Did you see those?
I saw the Insta pictures. I mean, to be honest, I thought she kind of rocked it. I feel like she looked good with it, but
I guess I was just like, who goes on vacation and is like, you know what, I'd rather just spend a day doing an entire photo shoot.
Well, wasn't it for her new Kylie skin product? That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know. I know she's coming out with the face sunscreen.
Yeah,
that is what she's teased. But I still just feel like the long ponytail just,
No,
I
it's
can't
a long
lie.
braid.
A long
Let's
braid.
get that straight.
A long braid, rat tail situation. I just don't think that I was feeling it as much as maybe other Kylie photo shoots. I did like when she was wearing the Chanel on her Instagram. That I could get behind. But the rat tail, not so much. I equate that to Justin Bieber's mustache, and everyone knows how I felt about Justin Bieber's mustache. It was very, very strong.
Does anyone like Justin Bieber's mustache? Because I'm pretty sure we all kind of mutually agreed on that one.
No, everyone, for the most part, pretty much hated Justin Bieber's mustache, except for a few people who wrote in and they were like, but it's not that bad. I was like, no, it's pretty bad. Also, if you guys are just tuning in, this is the Vegan Queen, Miss Devin Howard.
Hey guys. Okay, so if you don't know me, I've been on the morning tea quite a few times before, was hosting at Hollyscoop before switching over to doing sports for our sister channel over here.
Yep.
I also want to let you all know.
We share custody of Devin with the fumble.
It is shared custody.
It's shared custody, that's what it is.
I want to let you all know that this laptop, and it just turned, it's not working, so I'm going to be using my phone. So I just totally like ruined all the progress that I made.
It's a Monday.
And
you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm going to be on my phone. I'm not texting. I'm trying to talk with the chat, but it's going to be a little tough.
It is a freaking Monday if I've ever felt it, you guys. That's why I was typing in the chat. I was like, I am so excited it's the morning tea time. I need the tea tribe in my life because it just literally from about 7 a.m. this morning, it's just been feeling like the Mondays.
Yes.
I don't know what it is. It just feels like it is hitting me so hard. We also have someone in here saying it's their 35th birthday, so happy birthday. And yes, heart grows. It's the retrograde. I have heard Mercury is in retrograde.
Is it still in retrograde?
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's only halfway through.
No. That's why my life has felt like it's in shambles lately.
Yep, I am right there with you, girl. Oh, last week was a rough one. Hopefully this week is a little easier to manage. But if anyone is really good at knowing when Mercury is in retrograde, when it's not, all that good stuff, can you please let us know how much longer we have? If you can even tell that, I don't know, but just let me know. We also have Dai Diaz. Good morning, y'all. Hi from Miami.
Oh.
And at the office with headphones, stay safe with the virus.
Madison brought in some Clorox cleaning wipes, which thank you so much, Madison.
You're so welcome.
I came in here and the first thing I did was I made a beeline for those wipes and I'm scrubbing down everything, all the headphones, keyboards. So.
Yep, Dai, I totally feel you on that.
Yes.
I'm traveling this weekend, so I'm ultra paranoid. I'm already a paranoid human being, as you all know.
Me
now
too.
I'm doubly paranoid. Ordered some supplements off Amazon. Again, you guys know, easily swindled. I saw something that was like, these help boost your immune system before a flight. And I was like, yes, absolutely. I will take 30. Thank you so much.
That's how I am. You know what's so funny is this morning when I was getting ready, I was thinking like, I should buy some surgical masks. So I went on to Amazon and they're very expensive now because everybody wants them.
There's a shortage.
Yeah, so I texted my ex-boyfriend and asked if he could send me some surgical masks from the hospital.
Yeah, there's actually a shortage, I read, and so they're asking people if you're not traveling, if you're not going to be out with the disease, to actually try to just refrain from using them and use them for healthcare workers because they actually need them. It's wild. It's a wild time. But that's why we're so thankful to have the morning tea. It gives us an hour to kind of just forget all the craziness that's happening, focus on the celebrity mess, just for an hour so we can have fun, have a little break from everything, because I know if you guys are on social media or watching the news or anything, we're hit with a lot all at once. So let this be your hour to just relax and have fun.
Yeah,
also, I want to shout out Heather because she is in Missouri, and as you all know, I'm from Missouri, so I had to shout her out. So shout out to Heather.
Oh, hello.
But let's go ahead and pour it up. I saw Faye Ferris, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, talk about Say So Doja Cat. I don't remember the exact what record it was, but essentially she's hit like #2 on Spotify for one of the most streamed songs.
Wow, that's very impressive.
Doja Cat is killing it. Say So is fantastic. And if you don't know Say So by Doja Cat, I challenge you to just go on TikTok because it is literally everywhere on there.
Everywhere, yeah.
Yes, and shout out to Dai Diaz at the medical office. We are on orders to wear the masks. So I totally
That's
good.
Get that.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I get that.
And Tyrell, I'm from Kansas City. Tyrell is from St. Louis, the opposite side of the state. That's okay. We love St. Louis. Toasted raviolis, one of the best things to ever come from St. Louis.
I've had that before.
Yeah, people say that St. Louis invented it. I don't know how correct that fact is, but I'll let St. Louis have that one because toasted raviolis are incredible. They're basically like mozzarella sticks. But
delicious.
Ricotta cheese instead of mozzarella. Oh God, here we are, already coming in with the food talk as we go.
Cheers.
Cheers to the tea. Cheers, Dana. Yes, we have heard Madison Beer's new music. I know we have some Madison Beer stands in here who are always asking about her. We love Madison Beer. She's great. She's fantastic.
She's a very talented artist. We're making some progress with this computer.
Okay, good. I see Devin is finally being able to log on.
Sort of.
Slightly. Okay, you guys, we're going to kick it off talking about Love is Blind because just a little tidbit of information for you guys leading up to the reunion. If you haven't been watching Love is Blind, totally okay. You have 4 days to catch up. 4 days. So Devin, I'm looking at you. You got 4 days to catch up on Love is Blind.
I need to catch up.
Before this reunion, you guys, where we check in with where the couples are now after a year, because the show filmed a long time ago, which is wild.
Yeah,
but
that is weird. I didn't realize that.
I think Netflix just didn't know that they were sitting on a hit, but now they know, okay, this is a sensation.
Yeah.
But just a little information leading up to the reunion, you guys. So we know 2 couples ended up getting married, Amber and Barnett, and then Lauren and Cameron. Now, TMZ reports that they looked into divorce records in Atlanta, in Georgia, and none have been filed. So as far as legality goes, Everyone is still married, which thank goodness. I figured Lauren and Cameron would make it. Amber and Barnett I was a little iffy about. But also more tea. BuzzFeed reports that there's a strong chance Gianna and Damian have reconciled. So a fan found Gianna's mom's Instagram and asked her in Spanish why she still follows Damian. And she responded in Spanish in a now deleted comment because I'm sure Netflix was like, oh, girl, you got to delete that.
Yeah.
You're giving away spoilers before the reunion. Saying that Gigi and Damian did reconcile. They are still together. And it was best that they didn't say I do. That way they could get to know each other better. Thoughts, everybody. Thoughts. I know. Sorry, Tiffany. I should have prefaced that it was a spoiler alert. But we just have to kind of keep it pushing. I'm so sorry, everybody. I should have done that.
I wish I had something to say. So while we let these answers roll in, I have watched the first episode of Love is Blind.
Oh, what do you think based on... Okay, this is fun, because you're kind of starting it from the beginning.
Yes.
So what do you think from the beginning?
Well, I thought that Jessica was a little...
Psycho?
Yeah, she's a little... And then that Barnett, he was kind
like
of...
the frat guy kind of?
Yes, the one who was like making all the dirty jokes. I'm like... Too soon. You don't even know what these people like. You don't even know them. So, but yeah. So that's
you have
so
to
far.
keep going.
I'm gonna keep going. But I started watching The Circle too.
Oh, good. Okay.
So now I'm like 6 episodes in on The Circle.
Yes, guys, so good. Netflix is killing it with the reality shows off the bat. I also am laughing because Wesley said that he did try the Love is Blind Insta filter and he got Jessica. Totally understand why you're mad. I feel that for you, Wesley. I feel that. If you guys are curious, I still have it posted on my Instagram, so you can go do it and let me know who you get.
I need to check it out.
No, you definitely have to. I see people are already talking about they're excited for the reunion. Jessica is a psycho. Shout out to McCole. Completely agree. And then Autumn says, Love is Blind is that show. Jessica is a piece of work. I hope they make another season. I hope so, too. I mean, we know that they're definitely going to have a second season of The Circle. Shout out to my friend because she told me that. For most likely, it should be okay. But then they also have The Circle Brazil coming out on Netflix. I know they're doing one somewhere out of France. So it'll be really interesting to see how these shows kind of end up coming out and how they do. And obviously, we'll be tuning in to see the reunion and all of the mess that comes out from it. So even though you know the spoiler, you still have to watch.
Well, and you've said so many names just now that I don't think I'll even remember.
Yeah, okay, perfect. I love it. That's exactly what we want.
No worries.
Shout out to Jervina. Hi, guys, from Lawrence, Massachusetts. I came in, pop music guy. Hello, Jervina. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We appreciate you. And All Once 102 says, Love is Blind is the modern day Bachelor, Bachelorette. Completely agree.
Yes.
It's like it's almost like as a society we got bored of Bachelor, Bachelorette, so then we really had to up the ante to be like, we want people to meet without seeing each other and get married in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Like, we just need like a little more pressure on people.
Make it a little bit more insane, although I'm definitely not over The Bachelor.
I know you're not. I know you're not. Devin's like, that's great and all, but I still love The Bachelor.
I just think it's I think it's such a funny show. And I've talked about it on the morning tea before, and I feel like it's not something you guys typically touch on, but for me, I'm like, okay, so this person did this.
No, and Autumn's right. There has been a new Bachelorette named. Her name is Claire. She's a little older. I did not know who she was, but I know longtime fans of The Bachelor and Bachelorette. I assume we're excited. I don't know. Autumn, let me know.
I don't know her either.
I don't know. She's a little older, so maybe it'll be interesting to see some more maturity take place on The Bachelorette.
I think it's awesome. I think it's great to diversify the lineup of bachelors and bachelorettes. We've had a lot of like 26-year-olds, and then the prospective wives or husbands are 22, 23. I'm like, you don't even know what you want with your life yet. So
I would like to see some people with real jobs other than like chicken enthusiasts and influencer and things like that. So I'm excited to see people who like actually have to balance the show and work. I'm interested in that.
Yes.
I have to admit. But you guys, let's move on and talk about Jessica Biel. You know that her and Justin Timberlake have been having some relationship issues, obviously, ever since Justin Timberlake had that little situation in New Orleans. But she was spotted out over the weekend shopping in Beverly Hills, grocery shopping actually, not fun shopping. And she wasn't wearing her wedding ring. So obviously this is causing some concern. All the reports we've heard since the situation with Justin and his co-star in New Orleans is they're working on it. They, find their marriage to be a priority. Justin's doing everything he can to get back in Jessica's good graces, but yet she was seen without her wedding ring. So do you think that's cause for concern?
Okay, so I'm kind of on the fence with this one. They were just seen together about a month ago at that premiere. So, if things were okay a month ago, it seems like they'd continue being okay because now they're even further away from the incident.
Right.
But, and maybe she went to a boxing class and doesn't want to wear her wedding ring and forgot to put it back on. I know I've done that with the rings that I wear. But also, as a celebrity in the public eye, you know that when you are having relationship or marital problems and you go out without your wedding ring, people are going to notice.
Right.
So,
exactly. I don't know if it was necessarily a hint at anything. I know a lot of people, like you said, will forget to put on their wedding rings. I know my mom, she's just running errands. It's not always like the first thing that pops into her head. I feel like once you've been married for a long time, it's not that big of a deal. When you're first married, I feel like you want every single second to be wearing that ring. But once you've been married for a little bit, that kind of just goes to the back of your mind.
Right.
But I agree with the way everyone looks to them these days, the way everyone kind of is heightened in watching them. I wish that didn't happen. We'll have to kind of keep an eye on this. And we're going to have to see if they're spotted again together. I feel like once they're seen one more time together, then instances like this won't be as big of a deal.
Yes. I mean, I could totally see why Jessica Biel might not be able to get over it.
Yeah.
If I were her, I would be really, really struggling right now. And I feel for her. So if she has decided that she just can't move on from that, betrayal or whatever really happened behind closed doors with her husband, I would get it.
Can't blame her. I want to shout out Hotum, hey guys, Joey, Shuby, and Sammy are my favorite. Yes, from the circle, love them. Also love seeing Joey. He's just killing it on social media. He's doing all of those fun press interviews. Love Joey so much. And I see you guys talking about your rings. Let's see, Anna, let's see. I've been married like 4 years, and sometimes I forget to wear my ring, LOL, because I don't wear it while I do chores and stuff, so I go out and I forget. Exactly. I feel like once you've been married for a while, it's not that big of a thing.
Yeah.
I just think this is a little bit of a bigger deal, just given everything that happened a few months ago.
Yes.
If it was a normal day, if that hadn't happened, seeing Jessica Biel without her wedding ring, I don't think anyone would think twice. This wouldn't even be a story, to be honest with you. But let's move on and talk about Hilary Duff, because we have all been waiting for this Lizzie Mcguire reboot, and it has been crushed, essentially.
Yeah.
It was put on hold. The original showrunner was fired. She spoke out last week saying, she wanted to basically make sure that Lizzie Mcguire was done justice. The show has so many fans. She wanted to make sure it was done authentically, and Disney Plus wasn't necessarily allowing her to do that. Now, Hilary Duff has made her statement on Instagram, and she's essentially echoing Terry's sentiments, just saying, that Lizzie Mcguire was so important to so many people. It was so important to so many fans. I mean, we grew up with Lizzie McGuire.
I loved Lizzie McGuire.
Loved Lizzie McGuire. It was what she was going through as a teenager was so relatable to everyone else, what they were going through as a teenager, and she wanted to keep that consistent with Lizzie in her 30s, but it doesn't look like Disney Plus was allowing that to happen because it's, when you're in your 30s, not everything is PG.
Right.
Obviously. I don't think anyone was expecting that, but Disney Plus was not really for that. Hilary ended her statement saying it would be a dream if Disney would let the show move to Hulu, if, of course, Hulu was interested. That way she could bring this beloved character to life again, but it doesn't sound like Disney Plus is going to make it happen.
I highly doubt that Disney Plus is going to be letting this go over to Hulu.
No.
They're just not going to do it. I mean, they've spent so much time building up their own streaming services and taking back all the stuff that they had on Netflix and putting it on their platform, so that this isn't going to happen, which is a shame because I know I was excited for it.
Yeah.
But I also kind of wonder, when they went into this show, didn't they know it'd have to be kind of kept PG under the Disney,
I think they probably felt like they could push some boundaries. Lizzie McGuire was one of the main ploys why people wanted to get on Disney Plus. They obviously had a great relationship with Disney given the success of Lizzie McGuire originally, so I feel like they probably felt they could push the envelope a little bit, especially with a streaming service. You don't have any cable television guidelines. You know what I mean?
True.
I mean, on Netflix, they curse, they show whatever they want. No one's really regulating that. So I feel like they probably had hope that the Disney regulations would be a little more lax with a show like this on a streaming service, but clearly that's not true. I'm really upset. I was so looking forward to this, to see Lizzie McGuire in her 30s. Hopefully they can figure it out, but I don't know. I almost think it would be weird also to watch it on Hulu. Because it is such a Disney Channel nostalgic thing.
See, I don't think I would feel that way. I think I would be down.
You would just be like, thank God we got it.
Yeah, because I just want to see it. Holly Rickard in here says, I have mixed feelings on Lizzie. We have to remember it's Disney for kids. It needs to be PG. So she kind of feels differently than us.
I will say my only response to that is, I feel like a lot of the people who, you know, got Disney Plus accounts, who were really excited about Disney Plus, were people who were our age, grew up with it, and honestly, we're the ones paying for it. Like, parents are paying for it for their kids, but just like Netflix, I feel like Disney Plus could come up with a way that you make sure your kids are only seeing things that are appropriate for their age and all that. I think that there's still a way to give adults good content that kind of still falls under that umbrella, in my opinion.
Actually, Disney movies are known for having sexual innuendos
Yeah,
throughout.
exactly. Gotta give some to the adults. We're the ones paying for it.
And I don't think that they're gonna have Lizzie going out there and like sleeping around.
No, I'm sure it would just be, I don't know what themes they were trying to tackle. Obviously, I'm not quite 30 yet, but I know what happens in my 26th year of life, and sure, probably not everything is Disney appropriate, but it's life. That's what happens.
Madison, what are you getting up to?
I just, you know, I feel like Disney has very strict things, and I feel like they could let out, you know, give us Lizzie McGuire. We also have Karina. She said, this one's for Miss Mika, so we have, okay, everyone bear with me. And a 5, 6, 7, 8, Miss Mika, nice to meet ya. Miss Mika, she on fleeka. Miss Mika, she likes Tia, and we see ya. Miss Mika, ayo Mika, go Mika, hey, hey, go Mika. Hi Mika, happy Monday. Thank you Karina for letting us do that, sing the Miss Mika song. I hope I did it justice. I know I'm not quite as good as Courtney, but hopefully
you did
guys
a good
still
job.
loved it.
I need to know all the words. I was forgetting the words except for she on fleeka.
That one you always know. You
Yeah.
have the moves. You always point at the T. Here,
I didn't know about the
here.
T pointing, but
we've got some choreography now, Devin. I'll
Okay.
teach you after this, so you'll be good to go for tomorrow. But you guys, let's move on and get into this James Charles news and the scary situation he had with an Uber driver. So James Charles claims that an Uber driver recently threatened to harm him and one of his employees while in Orlando, Florida for Playlist Live. So over the weekend, James took to Twitter and tweeted Uber support saying, "Hi, one of your drivers in Orlando just called me and my employee and I dumb bloop bloop biatches and threatened to hit us. Please contact me as soon as possible." Uber immediately responded saying that they take this very seriously. They said, shoot us a DM, let us know, obviously, what happened. And what's interesting is James is not the only YouTuber who has had a scary situation with an Uber driver recently. Tana Mojo a while back, remember? She posted a video where her and her friend were in an Uber and she felt like she was about to get kidnapped, and it was just a really scary, sticky situation. I don't know what Uber can do to prevent this, because to me, if it's happening to James Charles, it could happen to anybody else.
Oh, for sure. Well, I think that's the kind of risky thing with Uber is that, you know, they'll do the background checks, they'll screen the drivers, but you don't know the driver's character. You don't know what they can be like. So this is actually really, really terrifying. And I feel for James and his employee for being put into this situation. Obviously, they should deactivate that driver's account.
For sure.
Block
Hopefully,
him.
everything was taken care of. This does freak me out just because, I mean, we take Uber all the time. And it is scary. I know a lot of times James does a lot of things for clout, clicks, and likes. I would hope that this would not be for that. I want to, you know, sometimes I like to live in my naive, non-Twitter world. And right now that's where I want to live with this, because I take Uber and I don't want to believe that James would use something like this for clout and for likes. I want to believe
low.
Right? I want to believe he's just bringing attention to this just to be like, hey, Uber,
fix this.
get it together.
Yeah.
You got some creepers out here. Fingers crossed.
Well, T-Tribe, I'm curious if you guys think, did this actually happen to James Charles, or do you feel like this could be a ploy for clout and attention? I personally want to definitely, like you, believe that this, I mean, I don't want to believe that it happened, but I don't want to believe that he made this up.
Yeah, that would be terrible. That would be terrible. I want to shout out Hatum real quick. I used to love Disney, but now it's boring. OMG, I don't know if it's the new score or Disney itself. I feel like once you kind of work yourself through the old shows that you used to love to watch, you are craving something new.
Yeah.
So I totally see where you're coming from. And people are, okay, Tina says, clout, he could have contacted them in private. And then Anna Letzi said, I've never used Uber, I'm scared.
Okay, but Tina, one thing that I do want to say is that when you are taking Uber and you are trying to reach out with a complaint or a refund, it takes a long time to get them to answer. So when you have a platform like James and something really scary happens to you, I feel like you take advantage of that, right?
I feel like we're all just very not defensive, I guess we're just kind of on edge when it comes to James Charles specifically.
Yes.
Which I don't think is necessarily wrong because we have every reason to be. His track record proves that he does a lot of questionable things. So I don't think it's necessarily wrong to question it. Let's just hope that it was actually what happened and he was using his platform to bring attention to something that did need to be taken care of.
Right.
Fingers crossed. Okay, let's move on, you guys, and get into this Megan Thee Stallion news because this is absolutely wild and the fight that she is having with her current record label. So, over the weekend, you guys, Megan Thee Stallion went Instagram Live to call out her current record label, 1501. She claims they are not allowing her to drop new music for the time being. So Megan says this is because she asked them to tweak some things in the contract she signed with them when she was about 20 years old. During the Instagram Live, Megan says that there were a lot of things in her contract she was unaware of until Jay-Z and Roc Nation started managing her, and they pointed some of these things out, saying like, hey, this isn't necessarily fair. You might want to go back and have a few things renegotiated.
Yeah.
So I guess when Megan went to go have these few things renegotiated, that's when they said, your new music is on hold. We don't want to fix these things that you're pointing out. And she thinks this is all being done out of greed. Megan's fans have been rallying around her. I mean, yesterday, Free the Stallion was trending on Twitter. She's been retweeting tons of messages of Free the Stallion, Free the Stallion, Free the Stallion. And she even clapped back when someone was like, did you not read the contract? And when she responded to this, she said that she did read her contract at the time. She just didn't fully understand some of the verbiage, but now she does, and she wants it corrected.
Yeah.
This is exactly what Taylor Swift fights for, people.
So listen, I am a huge supporter of getting those contracts figured out, even if it's like you have a friend who's a lawyer or a law student, like get people to help you figure out your contracts because there is a lot of tricky language in there, but you also can't expect a 20-year-old to really know that, and I'm sure when she got the contract, she was just stoked to get it.
Exactly.
She was excited.
And I think that it's so important to exactly what you said. No matter where you are in your life, even if you are really young and you are really excited, it's so important to have someone with any legal knowledge look over those contracts.
Even if it's a parent.
You and I always go to our moms for everything. I know we relate to that on every level. But I think this just goes to show how important that is for young artists, especially who are, coming into the music scene right now. Because look at Megan Thee Stallion. Her career is starting to skyrocket. It has been skyrocketing. I mean, she is literally the female rapper right now. Yeah. And she is being kept from putting out any new music because of something she signed a couple years ago and she didn't fully understand. And honestly, thank goodness Jay-Z and Roc Nation caught that, or else who knows wwhere she would be 5-10 years from now.
Yeah, I know.
Hopefully they can get it figured out. You guys know, unfortunately, with record labels and contracts, things are really, really sticky. People are very greedy. So hopefully something gets figured out. At least her fans are aware of the situation. That way, when she's not putting anything new out, they know why.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the only people who are going to end up suffering, of course, Megan Thee Stallion's going to suffer, but also her record label. They're not going to be making money off of her songs and her music that people really, really want. So it's in everyone's best interest to just let her go back, fix some of those bits in the contract and move forward.
I agree. We have Karina saying these record labels would take advantage of anyone they can, especially young and new artists. Dijon, I'm not saying your name, Mr. Dean, exactly what they did to JoJo. We talked about JoJo a little bit last week. She's just now being able to release new music. So you guys are absolutely exactly right. Evie says holding her hostage isn't right.
It's not.
It's not, and I don't even necessarily know if that's what's happening, but she just wanted a few things changed and they are refusing, and I don't understand why. They still get to keep her as an artist.
Yeah.
So it must be something big though that she wants changed, whether that's ownership of music or maybe a percentage that they're getting. It has to be something.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely keep an eye on that, you guys. This is definitely not over. But let's move on and talk about Drake, because he released new music over the weekend and he is seemingly addressing his previous questionable relationships with Millie Bobby Brown and Billie Eilish. You guys know there have been, I want to say like criticisms, but also just kind of raised eyebrows when it comes to Drake and his friendships with Millie Bobby Brown and Billie Eilish specifically because they are young. And everyone's just always felt kind of off about it, but no one ever really talks about it.
Yeah.
Except us.
I was going to say, I feel like we talk about it a lot.
We talk about it, but not as much as everyone else. It's always just kind of a thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, we know, like Billie Eilish has talked about Drake. In her recent interview with Vogue, she's like, I don't know why everyone finds it gross. Millie Bobby Brown has also said, you know, it's just friendly, but still that hasn't stopped people from kind of raising their eyebrows. So now Drake released new music over the weekend, and in one of his new songs, he made a comment or a line about Michael Jackson, and some people are thinking this is his way of commenting on the situation with Millie Bobby Brown and Billie Eilish. So his line about Michael Jackson, it's in his new song, When to Say When, and it says, Michael Jackson, expletive, but the palace is not for kids, still women saying it's childish the way we live. So people are on Twitter sharing their thoughts on Drake's Michael Jackson line. They're all over, saying that he should watch himself talking about Michael Jackson given his own relationships. They're like, are you shading Michael Jackson, yet you do the same thing?
Ooh, this is complicated.
I know, it is very complicated, and it is a really sticky situation.
It's super sticky, and I don't know really where I fall on this one because I think it's perfectly okay for musicians and artists in the same industry to be friends and to support one another, and since Drake is kind of a veteran in the music industry, if he can be that mentor or, you know, somebody to kind of guide Billie and Millie.
Right.
Billie and Millie.
I know. When I was typing that today, I also thought that was weird. I was like, that's weird that I've never put together that their names literally rhyme.
Yeah.
I was like, that's also like, I don't know if that's, I don't know. I was like, that's really weird. I don't know.
But yeah, also at the same time though, we have heard about Drake dating underage girls. I remember a couple years ago, there was one girl in particular.
She was like 17 or something,
17, yeah. And if that really was happening, like there could be some weirdness going on with Drake and Billie and Millie. But I don't know. I mean,
right. I don't ever want to sit up here, especially with something so serious as a man, underage woman, and make a statement that's definitive. I will say I feel like it was definitely ballsy of him to even skirt around the issue, say Michael Jackson's name, come for that subject matter, especially if you just want to take Michael Jackson individually, given everything that's obviously happened with Michael Jackson the past year. No matter where you fall on that, that's your own opinion. But either way, it's definitely a controversial topic, so it's ballsy for him to even address that at all in his music. And it's even more ballsy given the kind of underlying rumors that go around with him.
Yeah, it was a surprising choice, that's for sure. And when I first read this line, I was thinking, you know, maybe he just put that in there and wasn't really thinking about it, just was looking for a good rhyme. But then I'm like, nah, I don't think you accidentally dropped Michael Jackson's name. Yeah.
I hope not. Also, I see some people saying, or at least comparing Drake to R. Kelly. I also feel like that's not fair at this time because R. Kelly, you guys, there are concrete examples. There are several victims of R. Kelly who have come forward with the same consistent story. And that situation, I feel like we can't even compare. We can't compare text messages to years of sexual, mental, physical, emotional abuse that R. Kelly inflicted on his victims. I feel like that's not quite a fair comparison. Some people saying it's just beginning, whatever. I don't know. I don't want to compare that because you guys know I get really passionate about R. Kelly. That is one subject that I just, it makes me so angry. It is gut-wrenching. It's infuriating. I don't think it's fair to compare those situations right now with the state of where it is.
Especially because Billie and Millie have come forward and both said our relationships with Drake are purely platonic. We're friends in the music industry. We're fans of one another, or Millie not in the music industry, but we're just fans of each other's work.
Right.
So I don't think that having that comparison, it doesn't even, there is no comparison at all between R. Kelly, because those women have come forward and talked about the...
Right. Exactly. Well, I see where people are going of like the gross closeness aspect, I don't think we can say anything comparing those two people yet. But let's move on and talk about Justin Bieber. If you guys are ready for the Justin Haley news and Justin Bieber's mom liking that Selena tweet, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put your favorite emojis in the chat. And I see you guys talking about Miss Lady Gaga as well. She is coming. We are so excited. But Justin Bieber, you guys, celebrated his 26th birthday over the weekend. E! News reports that Justin and Haley had dinner at an Italian restaurant here in Los Angeles. Then they went to Delilah, had a party with about 40, 50 of their friends. Justin serenaded Haley with intentions at one point. Adorable. He posted about it on his Instagram. He said, "You are my birthday gift, Bubba." And he used the incorrect tense of your, if you guys were wondering. So, you know, he definitely wrote that caption. No one was hacking his Instagram for that one, as you guys like to say. A source told E! News that him and Haley were, quote, inseparable all night. Justin reportedly always had his arm around her, and they were constantly dancing. They both also seemed to have several libations throughout the night as well, which we can't blame them. It's a birthday. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Are we surprised that they were all over each other? No. They obviously love each other.
Yeah, they're always all over each other. You know, I think it's whatever. It's cute. They're happy.
What do you think about the nicknames Bubba and Goo Goo?
No.
Okay.
No.
I saw some people talking about that.
Definitely not. But I'm really weird about nicknames. You know, I don't really like a lot of the nicknames. Bubba and Goo Goo.
I mean, I'm a grown-ass woman, so that would be a hard no for me.
Do not like that.
But, you know, to each their own. Haley loves it, and that's all that matters. And they had a fantastic, fantastic time. So, yay.
Sometimes I feel like Haley goes along with all of this because Justin is the one who's like, Bubba, Goo Goo. And she's just like, yeah, it works. But I think if you were to, like, separate her from it, she'd be like, I don't like that nickname.
I feel like I definitely would have to have a discussion like, don't ever call me that in public. Like, if you want to call me that, whatever. No, even then I couldn't do it. I'd be like, so as soon as my husband, fiance, boyfriend, anyone call me Goo Goo or Bubba, I'd be like, okay, that was nice, but we're never doing that.
Yeah, like, let's nip this in the bud
We're
now.
never doing that. So thank you so much. But let's talk about Justin's mom in this tweet, because I saw some of you guys tagging me in this, and also something dying that some of you think that Bubba sounds like bubblegum shrimp. LOL, that's fantastic. So in the midst of liking tweets for Justin's birthday, Miss Patty, I don't know if she got confused or what, liked a tweet from Selena Gomez wishing Justin Bieber happy birthday from 2010. Now, when I first was getting tagged in this, I thought for sure it was an error. I thought it was photoshopped. I was like, no, there's no way that she would just accidentally like something from 2010. You know what I mean? In the midst of liking things from the current day. But nope, the proof is right there in the pudding. That is a screenshot directly from my phone, you guys, of her liking this old Selena Gomez tweet. Of course, fans took this as a couple different things. One, Patty clearly likes Selena better than Haley. Patty is proving that she still follows Selena. She still loves Selena. What do you make of this?
Okay, so I have to preface this by saying I'm not on Twitter that often.
Yes.
I'll sometimes go and look at what people are posting.
You're like
but
me, I love it.
Yeah, I don't post on Twitter. So I don't know how easy it is to find a tweet from 2010. Is it really possible that this was an accident? I'm inclined to say no, but I also don't think that Patty would go so far as to disrespect her son's current wife by liking something as a way to say, I like Selena better, right?
I mean, I would hope not, but honestly, Patty's kind of messy.
She is messy.
She is messy. She's done things previously, like, remember when Haley and Justin first got together, she like changed her Instagram bio and all these little subtle things. We know she's also publicly in the past, when Justin and Selena got back together, she talked very positively about Selena Gomez publicly, which was also pretty crazy, considering for the most part she stays pretty quiet. But I just feel like she does get messy, but I agree with you. I want to hope that as a mother, you would not purposely get involved in mess on your son's birthday and disrespect his wife and your daughter-in-law after you guys have made such strides in proving that you do like her, you do approve and all of that.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it definitely is messy and it definitely is fishy. I saw someone in here saying that it was just a simple mom mistake. I'm hoping so. Wesley said she's just stirring the pot. She thinks drama is like food and you reheat it every time you want. Honestly, Wesley, you never know.
I think Kelly Alejandra has a good take. She says, this is what I think happened. I think she searched up Justin Bieber birthday and liked all the famous tweets, and then that one happened to come up just because that tweet was probably viral at the time. That seems like a legitimate reason why she...
Yeah, but then when you unlike it, like, think about when you're creeping on Instagram, okay?
Yes.
And you get real far down, and if you try to say you haven't been there, you're lying.
Yeah.
You get real far down. You're like 2017 far down.
No, like 2010.
2010. Like, whoa, when the first Instagram picture someone ever posted, embarrassing, and you accidentally hit a double tap, like, I unlike it right away in hopes that it cancels out. So, like, I feel like Patty, I would hope, would have the foresight to unlike it, but, I mean, I checked this, like, pretty long after people alerted me to it, and it was still there. So... fishy a little bit. Let's hope that Patty is not a messy mom, but y'all never know.
Yeah.
We never know. But let's move on and talk about Haley, you guys, because she also recently appeared on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and she revealed that Jimmy is kind of responsible for bringing her and Justin back together, for reigniting that spark between them.
Wow.
So if you remember, one of the first times that Haley was on Jimmy Fallon, she showed off her party trick that she can open a beer bottle with her teeth.
Oh, I hate that.
Have you seen that?
I
will
hate
say
it.
It's pretty badass. Like, I've got to shout her out on it.
Oof,
it makes me cringe. It does, because I'm like, oh my God, her teeth she has great teeth.
Yeah,
you know?
don't do that.
But it's a pretty badass party trick. So shout out to Haley on that. You guys can talk ish on her all you want, but you cannot deny that that is pretty badass. So during her most recent appearance, though, she essentially thanked Jimmy for making her do it, because after the interview aired, she's like, I got a certain call from a certain someone who was like, I saw you on Jimmy Fallon last night. You looked really good. I had no idea you could do that. And she was like, and cut to now, I'm married to that person. So thanks, Jimmy. So you guys take a little look at this clip of her thanking Jimmy Fallon for basically being married to Justin Bieber today.
I feel like Jimmy gets a little credit for helping me.
Thank you very much.
All right, yep, that is
my
true.
gosh.
That is true.
There you go. Who knew? All Justin Bieber needed was to see that little...
It's funny because I am not surprised that this is what got Justin to be like, wow, I'm going to call Haley again. Can't you imagine him with his mustache being like, that's a pretty dope trick?
Honestly, yeah. And I know we really criticize Justin a lot here, but I can't even hate on him for that. That's, like I said, I'm truly impressed. And Tyrell even said, I will marry a girl up front if they do that. So... see, it must be an impressive thing.
Wow,
So,
maybe
shout
I need
out
to learn
Haley.
that. Maybe that's our key to finding men, Madison.
Maybe we should just sit up here on the morning tea and learn how to crack beer bottles with our teeth. I feel like that would go really awry for us for some reason.
Yeah, I
but
don't think it would be a good idea.
yeah, shout out to Jimmy Fallon. So if you are a Daily shipper, you also have him to thank, because he kind of facilitated the reigniting of the spark, everybody.
Matchmaker Jimmy.
Yes, but we are now going to get into this Kendall, Blac Chyna, Kylie, and Kylie Travis news. So you guys... turn your volumes down. You probably don't have to turn them as low when Courtney's here, but turn them down for Car Jenner Tea Time! Hello to everyone in your office. Yes, thank you for helping me out with the vibrato.
I felt like I should just jump in. Really lowered my voice quite a bit.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, you guys, we are going to kick it off talking about Miss Kendall Jenner. If you remember at the end of last week, we filled you in how Mama Chris was on Ellen, and she talked about which child she felt was going to give her next grandchild. First she said Courtney, then she said Kylie, and then she threw in Kendall, which we were all like, wicka, what?
Yeah.
Kendall does not seem like she is in that state of mind, and now
Not
we
at
know
all.
how Kendall reacted to her mom kind of putting that pressure on her to have another grandchild. A source told Hollywood Live that Kendall essentially had an oh mom moment. Like, okay, you're kidding. We all know I'm not there yet. And the source just reiterated that Kendall has no intentions of having children anytime soon. She is just focused on her career.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how Kendall is.
Yeah, Kendall is nowhere near ready for a kid. You can just tell by the way she lives her life and the way she carries herself. And I don't even think she feels left out for being the only sister who doesn't have children. I think she's loving it.
I agree. She's done several interviews too before where she's like, I love being an aunt because I get to play with them. And then as soon as they get tired or they get fussy, I just hand them right back.
It is the best
You're
thing
an aunt,
ever.
so you can attest.
It's the best thing, yeah.
You get to kind of have that joy, live out any baby fever you have, and then once you're like, oh, you're not ready for this responsibility, you just go right back to their home and you get to go live your normal life.
Yes, it's the best thing ever.
So let's move on and talk about Miss Black China. So she, over the weekend, posted a video with Dream and King. She was showing off some billboards that were put up on Ventura Boulevard for her eyelash line and China's Closet. And of course, people were bringing attention to this because Rob's filing for primary custody of Dream was denied at the end of last week. So they kind of felt like this video was China's effort to show, look, I'm a mom. I'm a good mom.
I didn't even think of that when I saw it.
The caption is all about her being powerful, and she is, you know, all of these things that make her a fantastic woman. I am happy to see her, obviously, with Dream and King.
Yeah.
I'm really happy. However, I still just feel like the Kardashians were getting a bad rap for that filing, obviously Rob, and I truly just want to reiterate, I don't think it was done to completely remove Dream and never have her be with China ever again, to, you know, separate Dream from her mom. I think that there are just some things that go on in China's household that cause some concern, and they just want to make sure that Dream is safe and that everything is okay. And then obviously the goal is to get back to, you know, sharing custody and make sure that Dream is also part of China's life.
Yeah, I personally don't think it would be a bad idea if Rob had full custody of Dream, just because he's living a much more low-key lifestyle now compared to Black China, and I think that his main concern and his main focus is to be a good dad to Dream. So I don't know that it would necessarily be a bad thing. Of course, it's important for her to have her mother in her life. And I'm happy to see them together as well.
I do want to address that, kind of the point you made, because Michelle said, I think Rob is wrong for trying to take Dream away from her mom. Kids need their moms. And I agree with you, but I also think kids don't need their moms if it is a negative situation. Over the weekend, I watched that new Netflix docuseries that's on, the case of Gabriel. I cannot remember his last name, but it's actually a really hard true crime one to get through, I'm going to be honest with you. But it's essentially about a really big child abuse case that happened here in Los Angeles in Palmdale. And a little boy, he was 8, he was murdered at the hands of his mom and her boyfriend. And there were all of these shortcomings when it came to DCFS and family members. Fernandez, thank you, Gabriel Fernandez. And it really does open your eyes up to, if you are a believer of a kid should be with their parents no matter what, I do not believe that at all, especially after watching that. Just because someone is a mother biologically and gave birth to a child does not mean, and I say this with my whole chest, I firmly believe this, does not mean that they should necessarily be taking care of their child. And if you do believe that, I challenge you to go watch that docuseries. It's 6 episodes, and I guarantee you will feel differently, because it is heartbreaking and it is nauseating, gut-wrenching, all of those things. So if you feel that way, you should definitely go watch it and just maybe give yourself a new perspective, because it's important.
Well said, Madison.
Yeah, sorry. That one, like, I watch a lot of true crime stuff.
Yeah, so do I.
And that just that one was a hard one, you guys. And thank you, Anna Letty. Just because you birth a child doesn't make you a mother. I agree. It's the documentary I'm talking about, Annabella, it's on Netflix. It's a short series. It's the case of Gabriel Fernandez. Go check it out. It's very interesting, and it actually made a lot of waves here in Los Angeles, just as far as prosecuting DCFS workers and stuff. It's really interesting. But let's move on and talk about Kylie Jenner.
Okay.
She gave everyone FOMO with that rat tail. Just kidding. More so the girls' trip that she was on with her friends and Stormi, and then the photo shoot that ensued with all of the brown one piece, the Chanel. I mean,
she looked good.
I was essentially just jealous once again that I didn't get invited to board the PJ and jet off somewhere fun.
I know, what a life.
Why does that never happen to us?
I know.
No, but I will say I'm happy that she also included Stormi in one of the pictures, because I feel like then no one can come for her and be like, what are you doing gallivanting with your girls when you're a mother?
But I also hate when people do that kind of thing. It's like,
same.
We're allowed, as a mother, you're allowed to take time away. I hate how it's like, ooh, that's something that I don't want to get all heated about.
At least she was there. She was having a fun time. She looked fantastic. But I know what you guys are really wanting to talk about is what the hell did those Instagram stories mean of her and Travis Scott? Because right there with you.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Kylie and Travis. She hinted that they reconciled with 3 Instagram stories where she posted, "It's a mood," the 3 different pictures of them. And we were all kind of like, what's happening? Are they back together? Are they not? Is this Kylie just playing with our emotions, which would be on par with the reports that have been happening? One day it's we're together, the next day they're not. They're on their way to a reconciliation. No, they just want to co-parent.
You know, I don't think these two ever really broke up.
Oh, okay.
I think they've been together, but that breakup was a good headline-grabbing story. It gave people something to talk about, a reason to tune in on social media, a reason to go see if Kylie was showing up at the concerts. Okay. This has been my conspiracy theory since day one. I don't think they ever broke up.
I love that conspiracy theory. I feel like even if they did, I've always thought that they definitely hook up still. I feel like they're such close friends and they're always together. I felt like lines were always crossed.
Yeah.
Lines were always blurred.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is the Shade Room pointed out that Young Sweet Row had some interesting Instagram stories after Kylie posted those. So she posted one that was like a laughing gif. It was like, ha, 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 ha. And then another one that said, people be in secret competition with you and still be losing.
But I was wondering about that. Like, what is she trying to say there? That Kylie is still competing for Travis's affection?
Or if Kylie is competing with her to obviously try and show people that she's the one Travis wants. I don't really know. For a while, you guys, I thought Young Sweet Row was out of the picture. I thought we were honestly totally off on that theory. I thought that she was kind of promoting a storyline that she was, connected to Travis in a way, but really she wasn't, and the joke was going to be us, and we were going to have egg on our face after all of this. But then now that she kind of posted those Instagram stories around the time that Kylie posted with Travis, I'm like, wait, am I wrong? What's happening? I don't know.
But what's funny is I feel like with Young Sweet Row, she's trying to just distance herself from the drama, but also she'll say these things and do these things that stir the pot a little bit, that slightly inserts herself just enough to get people wondering.
Right.
But when you look at her like comments and the way she responds to people, I've been doing a lot of like looking at Young Sweet Row's Instagram this weekend, and I don't know. I don't know. She seems like she wants nothing to do with it, but at the same time, you can't help but intertwine her into that storyline.
Right, exactly. And I also saw some people saying Kylie doesn't need to compete.
I agree.
Obviously, she's a billionaire. She's gorgeous. She doesn't need to compete with Young Sweet Row. And it's very, very possible that, she just posted that because she knew people connect them. She knew people would go back to her Instagram. She knew it would be a way for us to obviously bring her name back up into discussion. And Angelica said Young Sweet Row is the new Haley. Y'all might not be wrong.
Yeah.
Honestly, because like you said, you never felt like they really broke up. They have been spending a lot of time together. So it's quite possible that Young Sweet Row is just trying to stir the pot and make sure we haven't forgotten about her. So let's move on and stop talking about her then.
Yeah, bye, Young Sweet
Row. That's fair. And let's get into this Katy Perry and Taylor Swift situation.
Yes.
Y'all know I have some strong feels towards Katy Perry because I am a Swiftie and I love Taylor Swift. I know you love Taylor Swift, but you're not as hardcore of a Swiftie, so I feel like this is good.
Yes.
This is good.
It's a new perspective.
It's a new perspective because I am a little crazy, you guys know. So Katy Perry recently sat down for an interview with the Australian magazine Stellar, and during this interview, she was asked about her friendship with Taylor Swift, which makes sense. They just really publicly reconciled, especially with Katy Perry making an appearance in Taylor Swift's music video.
Yes.
And Katy Perry said, quote, "We don't have a very close relationship because we are very busy." She did go on to say, "But we do text a lot." Then she continued speaking on Taylor, saying that she was very impressed with her documentary because we saw some self-awareness starting to happen and she saw a lot of vulnerability. Katy went on to say, quote, "I was really excited for her to be able to show that to the world, that things aren't perfect, they don't have to be, and it's more beautiful when they aren't."
Okay, so I have a couple thoughts about this.
Yay!
So, first of all, I think it's interesting that Katy is talking about her relationship with Taylor and making sure to say that they're not that close. I think it's great that they're talking every day.
But then saying that they text.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like the
It's
truth,
a little bit,
and then,
but we still talk, like, don't worry about it. And then also, she gave that compliment to Taylor. She saw some self-awareness happening, some vulnerability happening, but it's also a compliment that's a little bit negative. It definitely implies that prior to the documentary, Taylor didn't have that.
Right.
And I'm not trying to say that she's throwing shade or that she has any negative feelings about Taylor Swift, but I just thought the comments were kind of interesting considering they just did have this public reconciliation.
That's what I felt too, especially about the vulnerability and the fact that she was starting to show self-awareness. I'm like, I felt like Taylor, again, I'm a Swiftie, so I feel like she's always had that, but the fact that those were the two things she pointed out in the documentary, I was kind of like,
yeah.
Interesting. All right. I didn't quite love that. I did feel like it was a little shade, and I'm happy that you're saying that and it wasn't just my Katy Perry filter on.
Yeah.
Because I have a Katy Perry filter where I don't love her. And I think the Taylor Swift stuff has definitely, jaded my opinion on her for sure. But she's just one of those people that after Teenage Dream, something about her just rubbed me the wrong way. And I've never really been able to put my finger on what exactly it is. So I'm happy that you felt like something was a little off about that as well.
Yeah.
And it's not just me.
Yeah, I read that, and I definitely had that same reaction, but I also think it's worth mentioning that when it comes to Katy and Taylor, who do I like more? I like Taylor more than I like Katy. Even though I'm not this diehard Swiftie, I think she's great and talented, but I'm not going to spend $300 to go to one of her concerts or whatever. I definitely would prefer.
But Devin just has taste, so sometimes, she just has to let it out.
Yeah.
I'm not mad about it, obviously.
I like her music a lot, so maybe that's coloring my perspective a little bit.
Right, and I see, and you can absolutely be a fan of both, everybody, of course. Because Fancy Nancy said not a fan of both of them, which is also fine too. Okay, you can definitely be a fan of both. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just, like I said, I'm definitely more of a Team Taylor situation. When I saw this interview, I felt like it did have some undertones. I felt like the message was supposed to be, oh, we're friendly, like we're, the reconciliation is still what it is, like we're still on good terms, but also there was some backhanded compliment, so to speak.
Yes.
But I also think sometimes Katy Perry, that's just how she is. Like she is kind of the queen of backhanded compliments.
And she's sassy, she's got a little...
Does anyone watch American Idol? Because I
don't
find her to be very irritating on that show.
I watched her first season with American Idol, and I also found her to be so annoying. And I'm not trying to be mean. I just could not stand it. I couldn't even finish the season, and I never watched it again after that.
Yeah, I haven't either, honestly. I know she had like the whole thing where she kissed a contestant, and that was a big deal, but other than that, I have not been able to watch it.
We have Rayonamina Martins. I'm not sure if I said that right. I tried. And he said they're reconciled, but they don't have to be friends. Wow, is that so wrong? No, it's not wrong at all. But I think if you're going to be friends, if you're going to be cordial, you don't necessarily say negative comments in a magazine interview about the person you're supposed to no longer be enemies with.
Right. I feel like if that was the case and they were just like cool, not necessarily friends, if I was asked a question like that, I'd be like, oh yeah, we're totally friendly. Like, we had so much fun in the music video, loved her documentary, end it there.
Yeah.
There's a way to do it without having to kind of go into detail, because I feel like when you try to go into detail, that's when words come out that you're kind of like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I want to shout out Emma. Can my friend Karen, who is in the hospital with cancer, get a shout out? This would truly make her smile. Emma, of course. Hello, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Hello. We are wishing you so many positive healing vibes. We're sending you virtual hugs. Hugs. Know that the T-Tribe is around you. If Emma's part of the T-Tribe is here for Emma, and they are in turn here for you. So know that we've got you, and hello.
Keep fighting the good fight.
Yes, absolutely. I love that you guys are already kind of chiming in here. Yes. And we have Travis talking about Katy. Oh, Travis said, I think Katy is still hurt from the whole bad blood thing. Some things leave scars. Maybe that's true. Then I wish she wouldn't have appeared in the music video and would have just kept this whole thing going. But that's just me. But you guys, that is actually all the time we have. That went by so fast.
It went by really fast.
It went by so fast. You guys, thank you for hanging out with us. Devin, the vegan queen, will be here until Thursday, and she has never done a Tequila Tuesday, everybody.
Oh my God, I'm nervous.
She's nervous. When I told her she had to do the morning tea, the first thing she literally said was, oh my God, Tequila Tuesday. And I was like, girl, prepare. Prepare for the Tequila Tuesday, because it is a doozy to do a tequila shot before 10 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you.
I've never done that in my life.
It takes a certain kind, and you're going to do it, and
I'm
it's going to be
gonna
so
do
much
it.
fun. But you guys, make sure you check out Daily Rewind later this afternoon. Keep your notifications on for that. Don't forget to show love on Instagram and Twitter. We'll put the handles in the chat so you guys know. Also, don't forget to show Shambong Dave and Hit It Leo some love too. We could not do this without them. The lights would absolutely not be on, so please show them lots of love as well. And you guys, we will be back tomorrow, like I said, for Tequila Tuesday, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Don't be late. Set your alarms now. In the meantime, make sure you guys are giving this video a thumbs up, subscribing, sharing, and clicking the notification bell. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
Bye, guys. Hit it, Leo.